Hi guys, welcome to another Rossi audio video. Today I will talk to you about a little hidden secret that not many people know about, um, and how you can make a little bit of cash. It's not all about just buying stuff to keep it for yourself and use it, because let's face it, not everyone is into all kinds of stuff. So if you want to make a little bit of money on the side to maybe fund your next purchase of audio equipment, then I'm going to tell you about something that you might not know. Let me see if I can put them up a little higher. Here we have a pair of speakers. These are the Akai Jetstream system. They look like this. And the model number on them is SW35. They are, let me see if I can put one down. It's a little bit easier to deal with just one. Jesus, this is not easy. There we go. So these speakers, maybe not, doesn't look like anything special. These are not in mint condition, but they're not bad either. Some people call them online as transmission line. They're not like real transmission line speakers. They are what Akai themselves call Jetstream speakers, or Jetstream technology. And it means that inside the cabinet, you see the speaker driver is on top, and inside here there's like in zigzag, and it comes out here. So it's kind of like a transmission line, but it's not really a real transmission line. But that's not what we're here to discuss. These puppies here, not that heavy. They're kind of like a rarity or an oddity in itself. Came out in the 70s, 75, 76, 77, 78, something like that, in that time frame. Pain in the ass to fix if you need to change the driver, because I mean there's no way to get the cabinet open, no way, except for the front. This little silver lip right there is glued over. It's like a plastic thing on the back. It's glued over the plastic lip that has like 3 or 4 screws in it. So you have to heat up this little metal thing so the glue let go. Then you take that little metal thing off, and you have to be careful, because if you want to fix them, to put them back together, this aluminum face bends and breaks and kinks really easy. So you warm up that little lip, you flip off that little thing, and then you can get to the plastic screws. So you screw off the little lip. Once you get the little plastic lip off, then you have to start heating up this whole front panel here, because it's glued. And it's the only way to get to the screws that are underneath, so you can get to the driver. Because if not, you have to destroy the cabinet. So that's a pain in the ass. Now let's put this down and let's talk about why they are so special and why you should go and get them when you see them. Of course, there's a price limit here. I wouldn't pay, because a lot of people who sell them on eBay are charging like 80, 90, 100, 120 bucks for the pair, and there's a reason for that. And people buy them. But if you don't want to deal with the cabinets, you don't want to deal with the whole crap, you just want the drivers. And that's why I want it. I'm not too big on the cabinet itself. I just want the drivers out of these, and there's a good reason for that. So if you can buy them for, let's say, I paid 20 bucks for this pair, which is a steal. So if you can get it for like 20 to 50 bucks for a pair, not each, but for the pair, you're making a killing. You're making money already when you buy them. And here's why. The drivers that are in these are very popular, especially in Japan. Japan audio collectors and hi-fi collectors go nuts about the drivers in these. And you can sell the drivers that are in these speakers for somewhere between $90 and $110 each. Yes, each. So that's like around 200 bucks. And let's say if you can get them and buy them for like somewhere between 20 and 50 bucks, you are getting a good profit. So, like I said, if you want to fix them to use them, then there's like a pain in the freaking rear. But if you just want the drivers, who cares about the cabinets? You just knock off both of the sides. Be careful so you don't destroy the driver. But you can knock off the sides because there's room for that. Or you can just don't care about the aluminum faceplate. Just try and get it off. Because all you want is the driver inside, like I said. That's my goal for these. And the reason why the drivers in these speakers are so sought after is because they are the Fostex. There's a freaking bug flying around, and I got it. There's Fostex FE 103 driver in these. And for some reason, the older Fostex drivers are really sought after. They're not high wattage, they're like 8 to 10 watts each. And they can be used in transmission lines for sure, because you know this is kind of like a transmission line, but it's not a real one. So they can be used in transmission line. And for some reason, the Japanese collectors and the Japanese audio audience is really keen on these drivers. Also here in the Western world, Europe and the United States, people are buying these drivers. And for some reason, I don't know why, they're being used in some kind of DIY builds and stuff like that, or replaced in other speakers. Like I said, they're not high wattage. The ones that I have talked to that I know are using them on like 10 to 15 watts tube amps. So apparently they are really good when you use them with a low wattage tube amp. And so that's why you want to, if you see an Akai SW35, I think it was. Yep, SW35. It's the Akai Jetstream system. If you see them, and you can get them for cheap, I absolutely urge you to get them. If you can test them before you get them, that's even better, because you don't want to buy them and the drivers are busted, because then you lost money. But freaking wood chip in my finger. This sucks. Well, if you test them, just make sure that you bring quarter jack. No speaker terminals like regular ones. They're quarter jacks. So bring a guitar cable with you and a adapter or something, or a cable that is terminated with quarter jack in one end and a banana plug, or just a raw cable in the other end, and you're good to go. Now, like I said, you want to test them, because if you plan on using them yourself and put them in your own collection, if they're busted, you're going to have a hard time finding cheap drivers. Let me tell you that first. And the second thing is pain in the rear to fix. Really, one of the most difficult speakers to ever deal with if you are a novice or a rookie. If you never fixed a speaker before, this is not a speaker you would start with. But if you are out to make a buck or two and make a solid profit, you can easily double your money if you can get them for the right price and you buy them. So when you buy them and you resell them, you can, if you take the drivers out, like I said, you can easily double your money, or if not more. And your market would probably be United States, Europe, Canada, and Japan. Those are the 4 places where you would have more audience that would want it. So the best place to list it is probably eBay, and that's where you can find a lot of them. Well, not a lot of them, but some of them. You can find both complete speaker cabinets on eBay, and you can find drivers. And if you go on eBay right now, they have some. I checked it yesterday, last night, and it was like most of them are listed in Japan, in fact. So keep that in mind. Most of these are that you can see on eBay are listed for sale in Japan. So if you are an American customer, or a European customer, or a Canadian customer, just remember they're listed for like somewhere between 90 and 110, 15 bucks. And you get shipping on top of that. And shipping from Japan to the United States or Canada will, on a driver like this, will probably run you somewhere between 35 and 50 bucks for each. Because shipping cost from Japan is, and has to do with Japan currency and the value of the currency, because what they have to pay over there to ship it this way. So you can't think about, oh, if I ship it from the United States to Japan, it's going to cost 25, 30, 40 bucks. No, it's not. I have shipped drivers like this from the United States to New Zealand, Australia, and every time it is like somewhere between 67 and 85 bucks, depending on the weight. I have shipped drivers to Europe, and it's everything between 55 and up to about 90, depending on the size and weight, of course. I mean, not talking smaller woofers. If we talk 10, 12, 15, and 18-inch woofers, we're talking way more. So shipping is not free, especially international shipping. So keep that in mind, that if you put them on eBay, and you go in and you see listings that are like 92, 95, 99, 99, 104, 99, 109, 99. Most of them are listed in Japan. So if a buyer in the United States wants to buy them, he has to at least add a minimum of 50 bucks. So you can probably list them here as a American seller for probably 139 plus shipping, and charge 15, 20 bucks in shipping. Because that would equal out the price they have to pay to get it from Japan. And it's less hassle, less risk to buy something with a shipping from, let's say, if you ship it from Memphis to Dallas or Memphis to New York, it's less chance of damage happening than when you ship it internationally from Japan to New York. And trust me, these airport guys, they throw these boxes around like nuts. More so on airports than if you send it with USPS ground or FedEx ground. They get loaded on a truck and they go to the destination and unloaded. You buy it internationally, you have at least 3 or 4 stopovers from Japan with airliners, and then you have the local there and the local here on top of that. So the risk is, of course, higher. So that's what I wanted to tell you today. It's a little hint. We give out some hints. So if you are in the market to make a little bit of cash on audio equipment, let's say you collect stuff and you want to make some cash because you want to just make cash, or you want to buy some more stuff and you need money for it, why dip into your savings or your paycheck when you can do investments on forehand and buy this stuff and flip it? I am all for flipping. I have no problem with flipping electronics or vintage audio or pro audio or car audio. I know a lot of people in these Facebook groups talk very negative ways about flippers and people who buy and sell. But you know what? Our hobby wouldn't be what it is without flippers and buyers and sellers. So if you want a special driver that people really is sought after, that people really want, and that I sought after, the Fostex FE103 is in these archives. And I mean, some people know, but not everyone. So you can make a good one on that one. And who wouldn't mind buying something like this, a pair like this, if you can, locally for 20, 40 bucks? Take you 10 minutes to take the driver out of each cabinet if you don't care about the cabinet. So let's say after half an hour you take them out and you have them out and you put them on eBay and you sell them for 250, 260, 270, including shipping or whatever. Good little profit there. So that's how we do things here at Rossi Audio. Many times we look at local listings, and if we see a model that we know have some special drivers in them that are sought after, we try to get that deal done as best as we can, and then we take drivers out and we flip them. That's how you have to do it these days. You have to hustle. It's all about the hustle for the money. I'm going to be making at least one more video today, maybe two more. So you will see me in the same shirt and the same hat and the same sunglasses and probably maybe even the same background. We'll see. Maybe I'll do the other with two videos or one or two other videos from another store, at the place in my store. So stay tuned.